What are you thinking? Are you thinking about your thinking? Are you in a position to critically reflect on the kind of thinking that you're doing at the moment, while you're teaching, when you're planning lessons? Why think about thinking at all? Well, I think one of the most important things here is that if we don't think about our thinking, we're very likely to continue with ways of thinking that might not be the most effective, or even ways of thinking that might be unproductive. I think this applies in the classroom. I think we need students to be thinking about their thinking. And that's what metacognition means. It means thinking about the thinking that you're doing or that you've been using. It means thinking critically about your thinking, reflecting on it, asking yourself whether it was the right kind of thinking, if it was thinking that did what you expected it to do. Or if next time, perhaps you need to think about things in a different way. Now, we know from research that metacognition is one of the most effective ways to raise student achievement. And I think this is partly because when a student is metacognitive, they are reflecting critically on what they're doing as they're doing it, or they're reflecting critically on it after the event. But in both cases, they're not just doing things regardless, they're doing things and then asking the question, was that the best approach? Was that the best way to achieve what I wanted to achieve? So for example, imagine we're in a design and technology lesson and a student is planning a project that they're going to create. This student is metacognitive, so as they are going through the planning process, they're both planning their project but also asking themselves, is this the right way to think about it? Are there other strategies I could use? So they're refining their thinking as they go. After they've started implementing their plan, so they're in the process of creating their project, they continue doing this. Maybe at the end of a lesson, they just spend a couple of minutes, maybe even just 30 seconds, asking themselves whether they have got where they wanted to go, whether their thinking as they envisaged it in the plan has actually led to the kind of results they were hoping for. If it has, fine, but if it hasn't, they're now in a position to change things. So why think about thinking? Well, if students are doing that, if they are being metacognitive, they're in a position to refine the thinking which they use in the classroom, to reflect on it, to try out different strategies and different techniques. And that is a much more productive position to be in than a student who never questions their own thinking and just keeps doing the same thing regardless of the result. Golden nugget. Metacognition means thinking critically about and reflecting on the thinking we do in lessons and the strategies we use while we're learning.